What's up, everybody? Today's finally Season 2 day of Warzone 2.0. It was a long Season 1. As you can see, I'm still visiting family, but I will be home later tonight and might do a late night stream or early morning stream of either this or the new season of Apex. But either way, it'll be one tonight or tomorrow morning and then another one tomorrow night. So that's going to be linked down below. If you want to come see the new season live, come watch me play. And as usual, I'll have this patch notes linked down below. I'm happy to finally have Season 2. Season 2 hopefully is going to bring me back into loving Warzone 2. But let's go ahead and get into what has changed. Global stuff, we know Resurgence is back with the new map. Complete Path of Ronin challenges we've talked about. Vanquish your opponents like a true warrior. New personal watercraft. All the stuff that isn't in the patch notes that gets mentioned. I'll have my links to the videos in the related blog post down below. Battle Pass, I didn't do a video on the Battle Pass, but if you want to check out the article on that, I'm going to link that down below for you as well. Event, same thing with the Path of Ronin. That'll be and stuff linked down below. Progression, you can go up to level 450 for Season 2. In previous videos and blog posts, they had said 500. I don't think I've had a video that corrected that since. The new weapons are going to be the ISO Hemlock Assault Rifle, the KV Broadside Shotgun, the dual Kodachis, the crossbow, which you get for completing the Path of Ronin, or whatever the new event's called. All 7 Path of Ronin event challenges, correct. Weapon tuning update. I wish they'd just get rid of weapon tuning, to be honest. Tuning has been enabled for laser attachments, great. Tuning sliders have been updated for numerous attachments. Some beneficial tuning attribute magnitudes have been increased. Some harmful tuning attribute magnitudes have been decreased. Season 1 Pro Tune blueprints have received performance adjustments. Weapon balancing. Assault rifles, M13, increased damage at mid-range, increased upper torso damage. I definitely think the M13 needed a buff. Probably some long-range damage as well. But we'll see. It sucks that they don't have numbers in these patch notes. Cast-off 762, small damage reduction, added additional long-range damage fall-off. I hate this. The cast-off 762 was actually in the place that I think all the ARs and LMGs should be. I thought it was really well balanced, actually, and I really enjoyed it. It actually become my favorite weapon to use because I got tired of using the RPK. And so I hate to see that nerf there. Lackman 556, increased semi-auto rate of fire. I don't know who's semi-autoing that. The M4, same thing. Don't know who's semi-autoing that, but sure. STV-556 fixed an issue with a single tap mod magazine attachment, which caused the weapon to deal considerably less damage to the upper left leg. Okay. Battle rifles. Lockman 762. No one's going to use these, but decrease full auto head and torso damage, increase semi-auto upper torso damage, increase semi-auto rate of fire, reduce full auto recoil, increase damage on long range, added minimum damage against armor. Now, depending on what this reduced full auto recoil feels like and the maybe people would use it, but with the nerf to the full auto head and torso damage, I'm not thinking so. FTAC Recon, decreased full auto upper torso damage, sped up ADS time, reduced full auto recoil, increased close range damage distance, increased lower torso damage multiplier, added minimum damage against armor. Unless this recoil reduction is significant, especially with the damage nerf, same thing, I don't think people are going to really flock to the FTAC Recon. SO14, increased semi-auto rate of fire, increased long-range damage, reduced semi-auto headshot damage, added minimum damage against armor. Another gun I don't think people are using. TAC-V, a gun people did use a lot and people thought was going to become the meta once the RPK was nerfed. Decreased mid-range damage, increased semi-auto torso damage, reduced semi-auto leg damage. No one uses these on semi-auto unless it's a long distance, which I do. But anything mid-range and shorter, I'm not using semi-auto. Decreased full auto head damage, decreased full auto head damage again. Wow, double decrease. These patch notes are always a typo mess. Reduced semi-auto rate of fire. Handguns. The X13 auto damage reduced while using akimbo. They needed to do this to all handguns. You're still going to have those broken pistols. Increased lower body damage. Increased close range damage. Increased damage distances. Launchers. Strela P removed activation distance for projectiles. Projectile will now explode at any range. That's good, I guess. RPG-7, small increase to splash damage amount, small reduction to splash damage range. Okay, just a balance. Light machine guns, RPK, small reduction to ADS move speed, reduced mid and long range damage, reduced damage range, or small increase to ADS time. Without numbers, I don't know, but this just doesn't feel like enough unless this is a good reduction here. And the reduced damage range is fine. I would have liked to seen a slight recoil increase, just slight, and then some numbers for these damages. Royale MG increased recoil. It really didn't have recoil. I'm okay with that. I would have just liked to see it be untouched. I think the Seiken will be a gun that a lot of people are going to move to when they want LMGs. Marksman rifles, people don't really use these, but the EBR-14 was going to be called the new DMR. People tried to make that a thing. Reduced long-range damage, increased upper torso damage, added minimum damage against armor. The LMS added minimum damage against armor. The TAC AM, slight increased rate of fire, increased upper torso damage, added minimum damage against armor. Melee, increased non-lunging melee damage range. Allows players to hit equipment on the ground with melee while crouched. Melee attacks with non-melee weapons will now require 3 hits to fully kill fully armored enemies instead of 2. Okay, so at least they nerfed melee. I wish they would decrease the lunge range, but... submachine guns, Vazinev 9K, reduced mid to long damage range. I hate this. The Vazinev was not broken or anything. It was just fine the way it was. Mini-Bach, reduced damage ranges. I didn't think the Mini-Bach was that good, honestly. Reduced lower torso damage at close range. Reduced lower body damage at mid to close range. Added minimum damage against armor. I didn't think that gun needed being touched relative to everything else. Fennec, decreased damage overall. Decreased headshot damage. Added minimum damage against armor. Depending on what this damage decrease overall in the headshot damage is, this could nerf it in the ground, or this could still keep it in the meta. Without numbers, it's really hard to know, but I'm glad to see they are at least touching that weapon. And the Lachman sub is going to be my sub of choice. It did not get touched at all. It was already in a really good spot as far as competing with the Fennec. It might be the meta now, and it might be too much, and we might be calling for that to get nerfed compared to the other SMGs. I really like the diversity at the end of Warzone 1, and it just doesn't seem like we're there yet for Warzone 2. Sniper rifles, Signal 50, reduce sprint out speed, reduce movement speed, reduce long range damage, and small decrease to bullet velocity. I freaking hate the Signal 50. It's so annoying when people are good with it. I kind of would like to see a at least short range one-shot headshot sniper, like everything within 50 meters would be fine, or even 40 meters, but without that change, sniper rifles are still going to be useless. Attachments, reduce ADS penalty for bipods, fix an issue with choke attachment scaling hip spread incorrectly. Vehicles, we talked about that before with the new personal watercraft. Now vehicle turrets cool down faster if they don't overheat. Added war track customizations to the armored truck. Added EV charging stations for the GMC Hummer EV. So for the Hummer EV, you can't just go to a gas station now. You have to go to the EV stations. That's cool. Shooting windows no longer damages the vehicles itself. I'm fine with that. Make vehicle exit less likely to fail beneath low roofs. That's good. Vehicle bug fixes. Fix an issue where players get unlimited fuel by leading out vehicles. Fix an issue with the refueling bar not appearing under certain conditions. Fix an issue with vehicle armor not reducing explosion damage properly. Fix an issue where the heavy tank tracks weren't animating properly. Fix an issue where fixed various ways the players could get out of bounds with vehicle collision. Fix the low fuel warning not clearing for passengers when there wasn't a driver. Operators, we get the new Ronin. He's the Battle Pass operator. Audio, proximity chat now fades out more effectively over distance. Improved sound effect of reloading underwater. Audio bug fixes address a number of missing audio elements in the UI. Fix an issue where ping sounds could be missing when ping items or map locations certain positions. Fix an issue affecting the sound effect for an enemy dropping cash onto the ground upon death. Fix several issues where specific materials were occluding incorrectly. See other mode-specific audio fixes below. Hopefully the occlusion is fixed even more and we actually get good footstep audio because we still haven't had it. I'm going to skip the social adjustments. And the main thing to take away is the UI, but if you want to check this out for yourself, like always, it's going to be linked down below. They improved camo menu, which is good. Once again, if a slight increase to the speed of polyatomic. I don't think polyatomic's anime. I think that should say Orion. Added my bundles. If you want to check this out, like I said, yourself, feel free. Reticle previews in Store and Gunsmith. That might mean we're getting customizable reticles, which would be cool. UI and UX bug fixes. Once again, you can check that out for yourself. Global bug fixes. Fixed an exploit involving the use of a sentry gun and recon drone. Fix that sometimes a portable radar did not activate upon landing. Fix an issue where enemy markers persisted after a spotter scope. Fix some issue for operators rendering incorrectly in the lobby. Address some instances of operators posing incorrectly in the lobby. Fix several issues impacting the firing range. Fix an issue where players could lose their second weapon upon equipping a riot shield from a dead enemy. Fix an issue where certain weapons not updating in Gunsmith case preview or having their decals and stickers blocked. Fix an issue where the loadout menu would not show an icon for a primary weapon. Fix an issue that caused the PlayStation Store icon to display incorrectly. PC settings, gyro aiming, we've included additional settings. I don't think anyone's using gyro aiming. If you are, feel free to read that on your own. I'm not going to go over that. Spec Ops, I'm not going to cover. Multiplayer is next, not going to cover that. Ranked play either. Just hoping ranked play hurry up and makes its way to Warzone 2. They said Season 3 and beyond somewhere in these patch notes down in the looking ahead section. So we'll see. Maps, Asika Island, and all these POVs. I'll have that video linked down below as well as the blog post if you want to check that out. Or if you just want to check it out here, it's there. Map updates, Mazrah. I went over all this stuff as well in the tactical overview. I'll have all that linked down below. And the Gulag map has been updated to better suit 1v1 combat in Season 2. We are going to get a new Gulag map in Season 2 Reloaded or Season 3. So that'll be good. The playlist, Mazrah's standard solos, duos, trios, quads as of today. And Resurgence is only going to be quads at first, no assimilation. And then the scheduled events will be on their Trello board if you want to check that out. Modes, Resurgence, this should not say new limited time mode. They've already tweeted if that was incorrect. We know how Resurgence goes. If you want to check this stuff out, I have the video linked down below. This blog post will be linked down below, all of that. These are all the stuff that helps in traditional score events. We have added new ways to shorten the respawn timer. So this shortens the respawn timer. Headshots, AI elimination, uplink, which we talked about before on the move. If you move more than 25 meters, that's good. So it'll hopefully decrease camping to survive. Hunt double, hunter spree, whatever the hunt mechanic is. I think I missed that somewhere, or they didn't really clarify it. Breaking armor. Audacious elimination. Get elimination while a squad member was down. Fearless elimination. Get an elimination while being the last living member of the squad. I'm sure the audacious and the fearless eliminations will be your biggest change. Hunt and track mechanic. Should have had this above, but whatever. At least it's in here. At any point during a match, eliminating a player will display their squad members for a few seconds on the minimap. Specific to solos, eliminating a player will display their location upon redeployment for 10 seconds. Okay, so if you go kill one of the members of that squad after they've been on the map, that's the hunt mechanic that they talked about before they told us what it was. Loadouts, players can acquire their loadouts via different methods in Resurgence. Towards the end of the first circle, there's a public event that drops a loadout for your squad. Loadout drop markers are also available for purchase and buy stations using the same price scaling as standard Battle Royale, which we have not gotten to yet. These pageants are always a mess. Additional information, strongholds are disabled. This is just for Asika Island. Weapons found via ground loot always have attachments. Blue Resurgence supply boxes restock after 90 seconds. Before both restore honor tags and elimination show red dots on the minimap. Enemy AI combatants only spawn during the data heist public event or during a search and seizure contract. General private matches are now enabled for Battle Royale on Mazrah. There's the spectating feature for private matches will be enabled at a later date. Gameplay, all maps and all modes. Counter UAV is a new kill streak. We know how that works. It's just going to be a certain radius, just like in multiplayer, and just like the UAV, but counter. And then redeploy packs are essentially your new redeploy tokens. This new tactical equipment will give players another shot at victory, but you have to have it equipped as attachment is what I'm getting. They can be found, or not attachment. So like instead of portable radar or muni box, it has to be in that slot. They can be found in ground loot on some buy stations and are guaranteed from completing the strongholds and black site missions. Asika Island events, restore honor, we talked about before. Search and seizure, recover a stolen vehicle, which I think we talked about before. Data heist, we talked about before. Redeploy drones, we talked about before. Those need to come to Mazrah and not just Asika. And I think there's only like 4 of them. There was at least 4 on Rebirth, plus you could get portable ones, so that's not great. Rusher, the new AI that we've talked about before. Gameplay adjustments. Loot that spawns across Mazrah has been adjusted. Slight adjustment to the existing loot pool and counter UAV has been added. Cash economy, now you'll drop more upon elimination. You'll retain more upon redeployment. And overall bounce change to the economy so that players can earn more cash per match. There's a slight reduction in cash rewards for completing contracts. I don't get that. They already don't give up that much money for completing contracts, and it doesn't scale like it did in Warzone 1. Cash found via ground loot has increased to compensate for the above change. So, I mean, I guess that's good, but we'll see. On ground and in registers, minimum 500. That's different from when they said the minimum on the ground would be 800, but whatever. Basic supply box is 500. Legendary supply box is 800. It was previously mentioned that cash would no longer be obtainable via basic and legendary supply boxes. That has been adjusted. That's a good change. That was dumb that they were going to not put it in boxes. Armor plates and vest. All players will now have a 3-plate armor vest at all times. Player will now spawn with a different number of equipped armor plates depending on the following. Infill deployment players will have 2 plates. Gulag redeployment players will have 3 plates, and Resurgence redeployment players will redeploy with 2 plates. I think it should just all be 2 plates like it was in Warzone 1. That was fine. You could loot up plates. Otherwise, it should be all 3 plates. I think it should be consistent. But that's me personally. Perk packages. Players will now be able to customize their own perk packages. Love that. Disabled overclock and bird's eye. Bird's eye's broken. I think they're just fixing it, and then it'll be right back. Buy stations. Spawn locations have been adjusted. All spawns will be static across each match. They didn't change during match. So unless they mean it's going to be the same in all matches, then that's good. Loadout drops now are solos 8,000, duos 12,000, trios 16,000, and quads 20,000. Strongholds and black sites are now a primary way to earn a redeploy pack. All combatant damage decrease. I love how they give us numbers here. AR damage for AI is down to 22 from 34, and shotgun pellet damage decreased from 15 down to 17. but then they don't give us numbers for the guns and stuff we'll actually use. AI combatants in strongholds and black sites will evacuate during the final 3 circles. Champions Quest. Players will notice adjustment to difficulty, whatever that means, and there's a new weapon blueprint. They're vaulting the FTAC Recon blueprint for it, and all the other rewards, the stickers, the charm, whatever, all the operator skin, all staying the same. Backpacks now, it's just we all have small backpacks, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else really different there. When players expend an item in their active loadout, stored items from the backpack will no longer fill that slot. The only 2 items that will automatically populate the loadout with backpack are armor plates and ammunition. Let's see. Loadout drops. The second loadout drop has been added. Now that's the 1st and 5th circle. Spawn protection, which I don't like because this is under global and not just under Sika Island, but now all the way to 19 meters. From 64 to 19 meters, you'll be spawn protected. Hate it. Hated it in Warzone. Definitely hated it in Big Map BR. Gulag players will now face 1v1. There's the flag, like the old Gulag instead of the jailer. And player loadouts will change as circle progresses and can include ARs, submachine guns, and LMGs. I don't like the LMGs. It promotes people to camp because the movement is so much slower. Handguns will remain as secondary equipment. Snapshot grenades as tactical equipment. It'd be good to not have gas, flash, stun, all that. Just snapshots or smokes, I guess. Shotguns have been removed. Thank God. I never used them anyways. I stuck to the pistol. Now will now spawn as ground loot, so you can now loot cash in the Gulag, which I think is an interesting mechanic. Helps you with your regain. Improvements now in the pre-match, you can edit and select the loadouts like you could before. I'm so glad they did that. Plating improvements, global plating animation speed is increased by approximately 25%. Thank God that was needed. Movement speed increased while plating. Players can now sprint while plating, even though they've said, and Charlie Intel has confirmed, that it's not going to be full speed sprinting, which is obnoxious. Players can now bust through doors while plating. Ping visibility. Each squad member will have a unique color highlighting their name in ping. Thank God. That should have been in day 1 like it was in Warzone 1. Interrogation. The real mechanic has been changed from an orange outline to a red marker to remain consistent with similar mechanics. That's fine. It was literally free walls. And loot improvement. Improve the separation of loot on steep inclines and in tight areas. UI and UX combat records. It's only going to count for Season 2, but at least we finally have them. And then play again with squad, and play again with party and fill squad as party leader. And as a squad member not in the party, you can play again with squad or play again with new squad. Then all these bug fixes, you can go ahead and read these for yourself. I'm just skimming through them to see if there is anything that I actually want to mention, and I don't think so. Fix an issue with the heartbeat sensors tracking incorrectly, almost never showing players on the radar. Okay, so that's good. Fix an issue that allowed players to duplicate field upgrades. Okay, so there's nothing big there. DMZ I'm going to skip because I don't really play DMZ, but as usual, it'll be linked down below. And then we're just going to go all the way down to the looking ahead. Season 2, new multiplayer modes, new 6v6 map, brand new raid episode. Season 3 confirmed. It says, our teams are hard at work in Season 3 and beyond. We are excited to share some of the awesome new content ahead. Gunfight returns to multiplayer. Plunder returns to Warzone. And Warzone Ranked confirmed. It doesn't say Warzone in Season 3, but I'm guessing they're going to push that out as soon as they think it's available and good to go. But that's everything for Warzone Battle Royale mode, at least. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you spending any time here with me, whether you click through the whole video, watch the whole video, whatever. Like I said, I'll have this link down below and any other Season 2 information, both videos and blog posts linked down below. And let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. I want to make videos about the new weapons, loadouts, whatever. I want to get back into Warzone content more. So hit that notification bell so you know when those are uploaded. And let me know in the comments what you think down below. I think it's still missing some things like movement speed increase, TTK increase, and some other things. But it's a step in the right direction, just not everything I wanted. Let me know what you think down below. And like I mentioned, all the stuff linked down below will also be on my social medias. Twitch, Apex, new season, Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2 new season. Gonna hopefully be streaming a lot. Both of those for the foreseeable future. Stream just about every day. TikTok and Instagram linked down below. I post at least 4 or 5 days a week on those as well. And Twitter just for random stuff, sometimes gaming, sports, whatever. Feel free to check all those out, and I will see you on Mazrah and Sika Island. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.